Hey everybody, hope you have a lovely day. Now, I know most of you know Mike Tyson, right? He used to say that everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. That's pretty much true. However, if we still have a plan and we're able to duck some of the punches here and there, we will be up for a great result. So with this video, I'm going to show you the number one mistake when it comes to race starts so we can improve our racecraft and have those great results. So let's get started. And the first thing is to actually know the track. That's why I was talking about planning in the beginning of this video, because if you know this is Road America, this is turn one, and on the outside you have grass and gravel. If you end up in the gravel, the race is pretty much over because that gravel is going to slow you down a lot. Well, you kind of make the idea while starting the race that, being on the outside, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough if someone is going to push you. And let's just watch this sequence. We have these three cars in front and that one car behind. And let's look at what happens. You see all the three braking right now. You see those two cars on the left are going all the way to the gravel like that. So the blue car that's sticked on the inside, it's just doing great. He had a lot of space, even though it was a 3 wide. So he is the one surviving. But look what happens in the next corner, because the next corner is pretty much the same thing. The blue car right now takes the racing line and leaves the door open for the white and red. And look what happens here. Just pause it for a moment and once again be prepared about the track. What do you have on the outside of this corner, on the left side? Once again, you have gravel and grass. So if this red and white car is going to push you, it's just going to brake later than you and push you to the outside, you're going to be pretty much screwed. So look what happens. It didn't push the blue car, but the blue car was a little bit more reluctant to turn in. He was afraid. He thought that the red and white car is going to hit him. And in the end, he just gets to this position right here, where unfortunately for him, now he's slowing down more than he has and he's getting passed by the other cars. And this is a great track to showcase why knowing what are the worst position to be in matters a lot on a track. Let's take a look at the next corner right here. We're gonna see again our friend the red and white car. So look what happens. We have this pink car which is trying to make a move into this corner, and we have the red and white car coming in with the sand on the inside. And look what happens. He hits the other car around. He is nice and safe on the inside. Nothing can happen to him. But the other car around, you see, they have to go on this outside part of the track, getting off the rubber line, having less grip, and now going into the gravel. And you're gonna see right now some intentional wrecking. So if we scroll back to the to the pink car around here, because in a way he put himself in this position. He went for the move. He didn't want to follow the yellow car because, he thought that he will go for this open space, but then left the door open for the dive on the red and white car. And now he get into this position where he is in the middle. And the worst part is actually for the black car, because the black car is all the way to the outside. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that you need to know what are the safest places to be on the track, or the places where you will have an advantage. And sometimes it's not possible to be all the way on the inside, but if you do end up on the outside, you need to be wary of things like this happening, looking more in the mirrors, trying to be a little less aggressive, trying to leave more space so that you don't end up in this kind of scenario in which your race is over after turn 1, turn 2, or turn 3. Another example here, a driver on the outside, preparing to make a move, turning into the corner, nowhere to go, ending up in the gravel and basically losing a lot of positions. So once again, some moves are better to be put off. If you're not sure that you have the edge in a corner and you're not sure that you can make the move, if you're in an uncomfortable position, and it all boils down to you knowing the track and really knowing in that corner what's possible and what's not, really knowing the downsides of each line and being more prepared, then you're going to be making better decisions, because moments like this, these are easily avoidable. It's very difficult to overtake on the outside in this corner. So at this point in time, the position was already lost for the blue car, just trying to stick a move that is not there in the first place, because he did not have the overlap. He didn't have the speed advantage. He just tried to turn into the corner. And unfortunately for him, goes into gravel, and because we have this gravel around here, it means you have less flexibility or less room for playing with what's possible or not. And once you get into this position, the race is pretty much over. And I can find countless examples for this, but the moral of the story is know your corners. Know where is the best place to position the car when you're starting a race. At race start, when you have a lot of cars around you, what's the safest position and what's the position that's going to yield you the best results? It's usually on the inside, spoiler alert, but sometimes, you know, maybe the inside line is a bit trickier. Maybe it's raining and you have water or puddles on the inside, so it completely changes the dynamic in some of the cases. But still, even before starting a race, in your head, just make a map of the first 3 to 5 corners and imagine what's the best position to be in if you get, you know, into the circumstance of going side by side. You're going to be better prepared. You'll have more spare capacity to think about what's actually going on the track rather to actually try to figure out what decision you should be doing just because you rehearsed this previously. And all in all, in my opinion, this is the #1 tip that will allow you to finish more races and have better results. In short, it's be prepared. So I hope this makes sense. I hope you will put it into practice and see the power of it, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.